What's good, Lash fam? We're back, you guys. We are going to be doing a reaction video to my last YouTube video. It was a tutorial video that I know a lot of you guys said wasn't a tutorial. So I'm going to show you guys and answer a lot of your guys' questions. I'm going to let you guys know exactly what I was doing, what products I was using. We're going to leave it all in the description below so you guys can check out those products. So let's jump into this video. I'm super excited. We've never done this before. Hope you guys like it. Cannot wait to see your guys' reaction to my reaction. Let's go. What up, Lash fam? We're gonna jump into this video. We're gonna react. I don't know what I'm gonna do or say, but let's just jump into it.
All right, we're rolling.
We're rolling. What's comment if my voice is annoying or if I sound like a Kardashian? Everybody tells me that I sound like a Kardashian. So, Lash fam, welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm so excited to be back on YouTube. Finally filming a new tutorial for you guys. It has been so long since we've done a new video. By the way, I know you guys today I'm going to show you guys how to do a full volume set using our new luxury collection, which just launched last month. So make sure you guys check it out. And I'm so excited to jump into this video. Let's get started. I'm so cute. Okay guys, so a lot of people ask me what headbands I use on my clients. I don't like skin-on-skin contact. These are spa headbands, and you guys can get them on Amazon. They're super cheap, just spa headbands. Oh, and also, okay, pause. The mask in this video is from Amazon as well. You guys, if you lash consistently or lash at all, you guys should always have a filtered mask. So those ones that are just like plain masks, they suck. They don't do anything for you. You guys gotta make sure you guys get a filtered mask. So Amazon has them. They're good. We'll leave it in the description below. Also, the tape. I don't use traditional iPads. I think they're shitty. So I use the 3M foam tape, and you guys can get this on Amazon as well. Just put in the, when you search for it, just put 3M foam tape, and I'll leave it in the description so you guys can grab it because it's bomb. Okay, let's move forward. And it doesn't like move, it's thick, so it has like a really good protection on the eye, which is why I really recommend it. And this is what I use every time. Check out the organizer. Okay guys, this organizer is designed by me. There's no other organizer like it as far as like size and just like what it includes. So this organizer is super cool. It has a lot of room, a lot of compartments. It holds 8 tweezers. It just looks really clean. It's made of really high quality acrylic, and it's definitely something you need. So you guys can get it right now on the website. It's 15% off. And it's just something that I designed to help you guys have everything you need in one place. So check it out. And it holds 8 tweezers, which no other organizer does. You're welcome. So all these little things that I use, I buy off Amazon because you can get it so cheap and you can buy them in bulk. So a lot of this stuff is Amazon finds. The LBK merch, I'm wearing it again. Okay, this here is our, okay, pause, okay, because shit's going fast. Okay, so the first one is our adhesive container. The adhesive container holds 3 of your adhesives, keeps it in a really cool, tight environment. When you change environments of your glue too quickly, then you are risking the glue to not work as well. So keeping it in a cool, tight environment and not switching it from too many different temperatures will help your glue to last a lot longer. So always have an adhesive container on hand. And then here we have my adhesive wipes, which adhesive proper aftercare is key. And I'm going to do a whole separate video on how to take care of your adhesive, but these are the 3 things, well, 2 things that you're going to need to definitely take care of your adhesive. So get yourself some adhesive wipes, and they are supposed to be dry, you guys. They're not supposed to be wet. So yeah, moving on. I'm going to teach you guys how to burp, and we'll do that in a separate video. Oh God, here we go with an ad. So make sure you guys are shaking the shit out of your glue. Shake it for at least 30 seconds to a minute. If you have one of like the little shakers, you know, you can use that too. Yeah, you guys gotta have these. They literally help so much just to keep the nozzle clean. Remember, if you guys don't burp your adhesive, that the glue the air goes back into the bottle and dries out your glue from the inside out. And then if you don't clean it, then you have potential cloggage in your lid. These little babies are expensive, so you guys want to take really good care of them. Okay, so this client here wears falsies on a regular basis, and she has semi-damaged lashes. So what I did on her is I used our new Luxury Volume Collection. I used a CC curl because our curls are a lot stronger now. So the CCs are more like what our Ds used to be like. So just take note of that. And then I'm using 0.05, and we used 10, 12, 14 on her, and we did a tapered cat eye because the ends of her lashes the ends of her lashes were not as sturdy and thick as the middle part of her lashes were. And also with the shape of her eye, we wanted to make sure that her length stayed at her highest point in her eyebrow. So we went for the tapered cat eye, and it came out really good. So those are the products that I use for that. And then we have GlueMate, which I cannot live without. GlueMate is a solution that goes on the base of the extension. It goes on prior to service, never goes on the actual client's lashes. It just goes on the strip. And you guys can reapply GlueMate as needed. Please remember though that GlueMate is something that you use when needed. It's not something that you have to use every time. And so it all really depends on your environment, your glue, what you're using. So it can get kind of complicated, and I will make a whole video on that one as well. So I like to lash on my hand. Obviously, if you guys watch my channel, you know that. That's like my thing. Another thing you guys should know about GlueMate, if you use too much of GlueMate, it will actually take the lashes completely off of the strip, and we don't want to do that. So very minimal. You guys can see I dipped once, and I use that on all 3 lines, so it's definitely enough. Okay, so when I lash, I always start in the midsection of the eye. I was taught to start in the inner corner and outer corner and knock out the hardest part first. But since I did that for so many years, now those parts aren't hard for me. So I actually like to lash the mid all the way to the outer corner first, and I always do the inner corners very last, and I do that for a reason, and we'll get to that in a minute. But so yeah, and I create my fans like depending on the lash that I'm lashing. So if it's a weaker lash, you know, I'll make it a smaller fan. If it's a stronger lash, I can make it a bigger lash. It just really depends. So we're customizing each thing to her eye. And that's the beauty of hand making volume lashes. Okay, so I know this video is a lot different as far as following what I'm doing. So if you're a lash artist, you know that during this part of the process, it's just repetitive. We're doing the same thing throughout the whole video. So I'm not doing anything different at all. I'm just making fans, placing them on there, and customizing it to her natural lash. What I am doing though, that you probably can't tell in the video, is I'm applying the extension from underneath the lash. And why I do that, and it varies. So some lashes I'll place underneath, some lashes I'll place on top. It all depends on the way the client's natural lash is laying. So if it's laying a little bit more flat, I may apply it on top. If it's laying, you know, sticking a little bit more up, I might apply it on the underneath part. And it all really just depends on her lash. And so there's no right or wrong. You guys can decide what you want to do. Some people ask me, can you only apply it underneath or can you only apply on top? Apply it whatever way is the easiest for you. That is key. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm using Lush Balm. That's our fastest drying adhesive. It's black. It dries in 0.5 to 1 second. And it's my favorite. I love it. The pinch method. Okay, so why do I pinch? So the traditional pinch method is you grab your fan, you grab your lashes, and you create a fan pinching. So that's not what I'm doing here. What I do is I create my fan on the strip here. I pick it up, and then I pinch the base together, just slightly, just really lightly, to make the base really, really pointy. And that is like my signature. Okay, let's talk about this for a minute. That's like my signature when I'm lashing. These lashes come off in a pretty good like a thin base anyways, but I really like to pinch because it just brings it, it's like a snatched base and it's fire. So anyways, now that I've pinched, you guys can see, let me rewind this for just a second because you guys can see the way I dip. Hold on, hopefully I did that right. Okay, so I pinch, and then depending on how I'm going to place the lash, so if I'm going underneath or on top, all makes a huge difference in how I dip my fan into the glue. So I never go completely straight in. Glue will only, when I'm volume lashing, glue only goes on one side. That's it. It doesn't go on both. So here, I think I'm placing underneath because the glue only goes on the top part. So I dip in and then I take it off of the back. That's important when you're volume lashing, you guys. If you are experiencing your fans closing, that means that you guys are applying way too much glue. The whole idea is when you classic lash, it's just one lash. You guys don't have to worry about too much glue getting on there. But when you're volume lashing, you created this beautiful fan, and then you dip the stem of it into glue, and what happens is the glue travels up and closes your fan. So we don't want that to happen. That's why we only swipe or scoop, the swipe or scoop method. If you're using a ring, it's kind of hard to swipe or scoop. So what I do is I'll dip in just a tiny bit, and then I'll swipe back onto the rim of the little ring, and then that will take my glue off of whatever side I don't want it on. I hope that made sense. So anyways, okay, so that's why you want to make sure that you're using enough glue, that there's not too much glue. So there's a lot that goes into lashing. It's not just lashing. There's a lot of like chemistry, I guess. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, you can see here, I tried to apply the lash from underneath and it didn't go. So see, I tried to go underneath, didn't go, so I placed it on top. That's okay. You guys want to work with what you have, and if it doesn't work one way, try the other way, and that's totally okay. So sometimes that happens, and then you just want to drop on top, and it works perfectly fine. So this set took me probably about 4 hours, and that's about like what I take when I volume lash. I really take my time. I create a specific look for someone. I do one eye at a time because I like to focus on like the style that I'm doing. And so I do one eye at a time, and then I transfer over to the other eye. The other eye always is way more quicker because I know what I'm doing and I've already created the other one. So about 4 hours is what I take, sometimes 5. It just really depends on the eye, how many lashes they have, the fullness that they want to go with. There's a lot that goes into it. I'm also using my 45 degree. Holy shit, I did not just say that. I'm also using my 45 degree tweezer, which is my favorite tweezer to use because it just has like a really good grip and there's room on it to fan and make big fans. If you are a new lash artist, I do recommend the 45 or the boot tweezer. They're both very consistent. The 35 is a little bit more risque. You gotta like really love it and work with it a little bit, and then then you'll love it. But 45 is always a safe tweezer. That's all you do in the pinch. Okay, the pinch is like what I notice with a lot of people who will send me like videos of them trying to pinch is they pinch too hard and then their fan breaks or the bases move. You don't want to pinch hard. You've already created your fan. All you're doing is just squeezing that base to make it really, really snatched. That's it. And use the pinky method, okay? We sanitize our hands before, so you don't have to worry about that. You're not touching anything besides the client's lash after you've sanitized your hands. So using the pinky method is fine, you guys. And it helps you really like glide through and find lashes. Pinky method all day. All day. Okay, you guys can see too how I kind of left that space open. So I'll place an extension on and I'll leave it isolated just for a little bit to make sure that the glue is dry because we don't want stickies. We don't have time for that. So taking that extra 3 seconds and just letting it stay open is gonna make a huge difference in your set. Here, the client's eye was watering, so I like to pause and dry the lash and make sure it's good. So that's what I'm doing here, making sure it's dry. So after I have lashed the midsection to the out section, the outer corner section, and then I get my paper tape, de-tack it always. My hands are clean, you guys. Always tape back. Use your tape, you guys, to your advantage. This tape, the tape method, taping back, is gonna help you guys get to different layers that you guys don't see. So tape, 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 tape away. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I've transferred it from my hand to the lash tile, which I do, so I don't know why I did it, but just felt like it, I guess. So that's what I'm doing here. So now that I've used my tape, I've taped away, and instead of taping completely up and back, which a lot of people do, I tape to the side, and then I hit each section throughout the eye and make sure everything's lashed. And this takes a little bit more time than most people, I think, want to spend doing and making sure everything's lashed, but it makes a huge difference in how your outcome of your sets look. So I encourage everybody to use the tape method and get every single lash. It's really important. So we're just gonna go section by section and lash everything. And you guys, remember, isolation is huge. Making sure your isolation is clean makes a huge difference in your work and placement and just everything. So get really good at isolating and it'll make a big difference. I don't know if you guys notice, but I do not talk to my clients like we're not talking. I like to be really quiet, and the more I've learned is the more talking you do, one, you're distracted, so you're not working at like optimal levels. Two, clients' eyes start to water, their iPads move. It just like causes like a, you know, like, what's the word? Like a domino effect of issues. So I like to stay really silent. I play like relaxing music or some kind of music, and then just kind of like let them chill out, and then I can work at my best. Another thing you're not gonna see in the video that I do is I switch my glue out. Probably about every 30 to 45 minutes I'll get new glue. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but once your glue isn't working as it should be, and you may not even know that your glue is not working at the right levels, but you will see retention issues. So what I've learned is switching out your glue 20, 30, 40 minutes. It's gonna help the retention level stay consistent, because when you first get a new drop and you're working on the first layer of lashes, that you're gonna have best retention there. As you get further into your set and you have the same old glue, that retention isn't gonna be as great. So you wanna make sure that you're switching your glue out at least every 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 40. Okay, so now we hit inner corners, which is obviously a lot of people's hardest point when lashing. My suggestion is use this tape method. You guys can see I pull everything else that I've already done, that part of the lashing is done. So now I just focus on this specific group of lashes. And when you tape back the way I do, it pulls all the tiny baby lashes out of the way. It's really like a really good technique. So definitely focus on this part once. Like, don't try and hit inner corners and do the whole lashing at the same time. Do it in a section and it helps speed up your time and you're a lot more consistent. And remember, you guys, when you're in the inner corners, the lashes naturally get thinner, which means your fans need to get smaller. And that's like a good rule of thumb. And whenever we take tape off, you guys gotta be really like slow. You don't wanna ever like rip it off. Okay, what you're gonna notice here is that I switched iPads. You guys can see that I took off her old iPad, the 3M foam tape, and I switched it to just paper tape. So this is something that I do with inner corners. Once I've lashed the whole eye and I am gonna knock out my inner corner, I take off the paper tape because the paper tape is so, I take off the 3M foam tape. Because the 3M foam tape is so thick, it is hard to get the inner corners perfectly. So I remove it and I just tape with paper tape the inner corners down. And then I pull away all of the lashes that I've already done. And so I just focus on that part. So you'll see that that's switched. And that's why I do that, because it helps a lot. And then we always blow dry. She watered a little bit, so we're definitely gonna make sure that those are dry. I'm so excited to finally be back on YouTube and filming for you guys and doing just a bunch of fun tutorials and things that I know you guys will really like. In addition to being back on YouTube, make sure you guys check out shoplashesbykins.com. We're going to be doing a ton of videos for you guys on YouTube. I kind of pulled back a little bit, but now we're going to hit it really hard. So make sure you guys do subscribe, join the family. Turn on your post notifications so when we do drop a new video, you guys know about it. And you guys can shop all of the products that we use in today's video. We will leave it in. Also, I've been thinking about, my channel has been a lot of like informational, traditional like, what's the word? What do we do? Tutorials. So I'm thinking about making it fun and adding in some like behind the scenes shit that we do, or like bringing you guys into the office and like just doing fun stuff with you guys, but also doing, you know, informational videos, tutorials. But we're just gonna like expand it a little bit and have a little bit more of a variety of things for you guys to check out. In the description below, make sure you guys check out our merch, which is also available on the website, and we will be back next week. Okay, this is the final look. I did apply Seal the Deal to it. Seal the Deal is applied with a micro swab, and we use very minimal amounts of it, and it goes only on the base. Some people are gonna be like, well, it created like a crystallization on the lashes, or it made my fans close. Okay, that means one, you're using too much of it, and two, you pulled it into the fans. We don't do that. It only goes on the base, and you need tiny, tiny amounts of it. And it makes a huge difference in retention, so I do recommend using it. I will also make a separate video on how to use Seal the Deal correctly. And then making sure that your lashes are always dry before letting the client open their eye will help with watery eyes also. So this is the final look. We did a, ooh, so fire. Okay, so what we did, and I don't know if you guys can really tell, is we did a tapered cat eye, and a traditional cat eye wings through the ends. We tapered it down so all her length is at her highest point, which is her arch. And so that's our final look. Okay, so what is your rule of thumb when it comes to choosing lengths for extensions based on the natural lash lengths? I'm always worried about doing anything too long that could cause damage. Okay, rule of thumb, this is like universal if you're nervous about what length to choose. Okay, never go 3 millimeters longer than the client's natural lash. Meaning, if the client's natural lash is a 10 mm, the max you could put on her is a 13 mm. And follow that like every time. And if you follow that, then you know that you're not going to be causing any damage. So 3 millimeters longer than the client's natural lash, you're good. Okay, what lengths and width is used in this video? So we use 0.05 in our new luxury volume collection. We use CC curl, and we use 10, 12, 14 on her lashes. I'm obsessed with your lashes. My clients love them. Love you. Okay, so you're not using dark matter anymore, or any of the other brands you were using. So I no longer use dark matter. I use all of my products, and there is one product that I use that is not mine, and I use the Lashbox LA primer. I love it, and that's the only one other than my brand that I use. So everything else is LBK. Okay, I've been ordering your lashes since almost the very beginning, and I have loved them. However, your new lashes are completely different. It is so difficult to get a thin base, and the curls are so off from your last lashes. It would have been nice to know the difference in curls and sizes, because now I have to order completely different curl sizes to match up what my clients had. For example, your D curl is basically a DD. Please let me know if I got a bad batch, because I was obsessed with them before and have recommended them to over 20. Okay, so you guys, From the get-go, we announced that the curls are different. They're a lot stronger than our previous lashes. So that was announced from day one. Secondly, they are completely different lashes. They are not the same as our previous collection. If you love our previous collection, it is still available for purchase. You guys, it is listed on the website under Signature Collection. You guys can still shop it. You know, we just have a variety of options for you guys. So if you do love our old one, you guys can always still purchase it. And if you ever have an issue with anything, email customer service. They'll always take care of you. Okay, with Glue Aid, do you apply it at each service or once until you're finished up with the strip? Okay, so I use Glue Mate. I don't use Glue Aid. And I apply it at the beginning of service, and then I apply it as needed throughout the service. So it kind of just depends. If you feel like your glue isn't like bonding as fast as you want it to, you guys can always add, you know, a little bit more to the strip, but just use it as needed. Okay, so what type of tape did you use at 47 seconds? Please and thank you. I love your lashes and videos. Love you too. Okay, so I use the 3M foam tape, and this is what I use as an under eye pad. And you guys can shop it on Amazon. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below so you guys can check it out. It's fuego. All right, Lash fam, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. Turn on our post notifications and subscribe to the Lash family. Make sure you guys check out the links in the description. They will take you to everything that I described and answered. It'll all be down there so you guys can shop what I use exactly in this video down below. Also, if you guys like the video and this style of a video, drop a comment and let me know what you guys think. We're going to be doing a ton of content, and I just want to kind of get your input on it, and if you guys like it, X, Y, and Z. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We will be back next week, every week from now on, filming more content for you guys. So definitely leave a comment down below. Let us know what videos you guys want to see in the near future, and I love you. Shop our products now. You guys can still get 15% off the entire website for the whole month of January. So I love you guys, and we'll be back.